Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. Aries, you have some very urgent desires, but they remain a secret to everyone else. In solitude, you cultivate your interest in philosophy and mysticism. Today, it's as if you're absent from the world. Your body and actions are in the real world, but you have gone so far into yourself that it will be hard for people around you to get to you. What an incredible concentration. Please don't give up. Taurus, you're usually the life of the party, but today you may want to pull into your cocoon. Far away from the world and all its noise, you need to empty yourself of all negative ideas and thoughts. It's time to do some mental house cleaning and rid yourself of notions that were planted in you as a child. Now you can start all over again. Gemini, your judgment about people relies too much on general opinion. As soon as you meet someone, you accept what others think about him or her without trying to find out more. This lack of curiosity could lead you to make a hasty decision about someone today. If you take the time to listen with your heart, you could be impressed by what you hear or see. Cancer. Do you have a tendency to give more weight to popular opinion than your own feelings? Maybe you only want to see movies that everyone talks about, listen to the popular music, or read about bestsellers. In short, your tastes are exactly like most of the Americas. Is it what you want? Even though you don't like a movie, you may say you do because everyone else does. Listen to your ideas today. Leo, your thoughts are leaning towards the past. You aren't moving backward, but you want to get in touch with your roots in order to move into the future. You would also like to be better understanding of the mistakes in the past. You're going to be doing a lot of psychoanalyzing today, so please be careful. Virgo, people can read you like a book today. Because of the current planetary positions, you're a bit touchier than usual. Your reactions to certain situations are written all over your face. You're blushing and your hands are sweating and trembling. Each of your gestures reveal emotion. This would be a great time to be in love. Watch out for love at first sight. Libra, your excellent analytical skills may be up to par over the next few days. You seem overwhelmed by your emotions. You have a hard time hiding your feelings and processing the information you receive. Instead of trying to understand the people, you tend to interpret their actions and imagine things that aren't true. Be careful of your judgment at the moment. It's way off base. Scorpio, the planetary aspects invite you to explore strong expressions of feelings. A declaration of love, autobiography, spiritual confession, apology, or reconciliation. All these kinds of communication bring a kind of intimate revelation. This might be what you need in order to take advantage of the powerful inspiration of the moment. Sagittarius, this is an excellent time to share your feelings with the person you love. It might seem a little scary to you. You're usually a reserved person, but you may surprise yourself with the passionate declarations that reflect your happiness right now. Take advantage of this, because things could change over the next few days. You may go back into your reclusive mode, so please be careful. Capricorn, you may feel like walking barefoot, comforting your friends, or playing with children. There's a tenderness and openness in the air that affects everyone. It will be like a wonderful day in the country, where everyone is happy to see each other, hug, and tell all the family stories for the 100th time. These days make young people laugh and old people smile. Aquarius, the current planetary aspects are heightening your natural compassion for other people. Your relationships will be at the front of your mind today. You feel good about yourself and other people can tell it. People are attracted to you and wish to partake of your healing serenity. Listen without judgment as people pour out their hearts. That is a very precious skill. Pisces, you were born with a certain grace and beauty. Today you will be able to cultivate your love for beautiful things. You may feel like trying on designer clothes or expressing your innate aesthetic sense of painting. Today your five senses will guide you with the help of your imagination and your artist temperament. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, 14th May 2025. Do have yourself a great day.
Good. Wait, hold on. Good morning, DBS family. You know what day it is today. It's Wednesday. We've gone up. We're at the top of the hump. It's hump day. We're in the middle of the week. beautiful good morning to you. I'm full of energy today, and I hope if you're not full of energy, you could feed off of mine, all right? We have a fantastic show lined up for you this morning, but first, you know how we gotta do. We gotta check in with the news desk. So let's see what they gotta say. Stick around.
Good morning. Time now for the news. With me, Timothy Polion. Home security cameras captured two men pouring what appears to be a flammable liquid onto a vehicle and then setting it on fire. Moments before the misdeed, a pack of dogs can be seen and heard in the video footage, barking incessantly and subsequently fleeing the area where the car was parked. The incident occurred in the wee hours of Monday in Bogis, Babono.
The lady just called me around 3 o'clock, so she asked me, she tell me, house on fire, bagay. And I run down. And I start to put off the fire, me alone. And they call the fire engine and they come and help me.
We continue the broadcast with news that the High Court judge from St. Lucia, who is working in Grenada, has been formally charged with assault with a deadly instrument. The Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court has since re-rostered him from judicial duties, pending the outcome of the case.
The Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, ECSC, has confirmed that Justice Sean Innocent, a St. Lucian High Court judge currently serving in the criminal court in Grenada, has been formally charged with an indictable offense. According to an official statement issued by the ECSC on Tuesday, May 12, the court was recently made aware that Justice Innocent was charged on April 28, 2025 with assault with a deadly instrument. Following the charge, Justice Innocent was granted bail and is expected to appear in court to respond to the allegations. In response to the development, the ECSC has announced that Justice Innocent has been temporarily de-rostered from his judicial duties. To minimize disruptions in Grenada's criminal court, a replacement judge will assume his responsibilities effective June 1, 2025. The ECSC stated in its release that it is approaching the matter with the utmost seriousness, whilst also stating that it remains mindful of Justice Innocent's fundamental rights under the Constitution, whilst also reiterating its commitment to the rule of law and the integrity of judiciary. The court has not released further details regarding the nature of the alleged assault or the circumstances surrounding the charge.
Finally from us this morning, an airline passenger, once recuperated, should thank a St. Lucian medical practitioner for saving her life for his quick intervention after she developed health complications while on a flight to the island.
On assessment of the patient, it was noted or suspected that there could be what we call a pneumothorax, which is where you have air trapped between the layers of the lung, basically. And this is a medical emergency. And in such cases, unless you act very promptly and to relieve that sort of trapped air, it just means that it could be life-threatening. So I had to simple maneuvers initially, what we call a needle decompression, to try to alleviate that sort of pressure which was building up between around the lungs, but that failed after a while. And despite after doing that for a couple of times, which failed, then I had to do a more invasive approach, which is basically putting a chest strain for that patient.
And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the broadcast. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Of course, thanks, News Desk. Stick around. This is DBS This Morning. We'll be right back. It's Hump Day. Welcome back, DBS family. Now, we're kicking off things on a bit of a high. You remember we had a chat with Olivia last time from Harmony Junior Carnival Band. Well, she's back again to tell us about their event, Cooler Schooling. Yeah, it's a cooler fete, but for the kiddos. I don't want to say too much. Let's see what she has to say about it. You do remember the last time we had Olivia here to talk about Harmony Carnival in general, but they're also having an event for the kiddies called
Cooler Schooling.
Now, that's a very interesting concept and name, eh? And I know everyone out there wants to know what is Cooler Schooling. So tell us about Cooler Schooling.
Okay, Cooler Schooling would be a junior cooler fete.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to be targeting schools as always, to get the kids to make a cooler out of anything, and then they come in and they'll be judged on it. The being judged on it would be materials used, functionality, look, and the basic concept or story about they making the cooler.
Okay, what do the age range look like?
From 10 to 17.
Okay, and that's so. Do the kids have to go through a school, or can any
In
kid participate?
Okay, they have teams. The teams, any youth group, any young person, the teams start from 3 persons to we're going to close it up at 5. So teams between 3 and 5 persons could come in and make a cooler. Right now we are trying to reach out to the schools because we wanted to do that fit basically. There's nothing going on really for juniors. I think the adults have what, 50 fets?
50 alone.
And the kids have nothing to do. They have junior carnival, yes, they have panorama and calypso. Anything else apart from that to help them creativity wise or to enjoy or to understand the season, there is nothing for them. So we decided to do something that will bring them or make them more aware of the season and what carnival is. Not only just for inner fed, but having it more creative. You understand? So they doing that fete, they build a cooler, they come in, but they are not allowed to bring any drinks in. Reason being, we are trying to cap or be secure or shield ourselves and them from bringing alcohol in. So they have to purchase their drinks from us,
Okay.
right? And they put it in the cooler. Then they will be judged over a period of time on how functional the cooler would be.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a very creative initiative for the. I'm sure they'll be very excited to participate. Apart from the cooler aspects, because we call it a cooler fete. So as to the fete aspect, what can the kids expect?
Okay, we would have DJs. We have sent out proposals to DJs. We're waiting for responses, and we have a couple of artists, then resegment artists. We're not putting out the names yet. We put them out next week because we do have meetings. Since it's a new thing entity, we're trying very hard to pull the persons in to support the youth. Well, support youth in arts basically. So we're waiting for next week for persons to confirm everything, but it's out there. We're ready. It's going to happen whether we have artists or not, but we'll have our DJs. There will be food, drinks, everything on sale. There will be a kids section where they have a bouncing castle and what have you. But basically we're looking for the kids to enjoy themselves and have clean fun.
Clean, cooler, schooling, fun.
That's right.
Now, with all that being said, when and where?
It will be the 29th of June at the Laclery basketball court. That will be next to the playing field. It will be starting at 2 p.m. and ending at 9 p.m.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So that's plenty hours of
Fun.
cooler schooling fun.
Fun.
All right. How can those out there, the kids interested or parents that want to
Okay,
enroll
we
their
will
kids
be
register?
sending tickets to the schools. Basically, we would like the schools to be getting involved, and especially the woodwork children, those who have those classes where they do woodwork and whatever. We will have the tickets sent to the school. Also, we will have different outlets. When the outlets are out and tickets are out, they will get to purchase it from there. So yes.
All right, awesome. Well, all you kiddos out there, parents watching who want to enroll your kids, even teachers as well, schools who want to enroll your kids, get them involved in cooler schooling fete, creating your cooler, having some fun as well at the same time. Don't be shy, enroll, get involved. You'll know the contact and so on. Thank you so much, Olivia, for joining us once again on DBS this morning.
You're welcome.
All right, stick with us. We'll be right back. For those of you, the last time we met up with basketball luxury, that is Terance Mann. Some of you probably missed it. So, hey, you have an opportunity to view it again. And if you viewed it already and want to see it again, guess what? You can view it again. Here's Terance Mann to talk to us about the kids in basketball here, along with Coach Kala. Now, of course, if we're going to be talking basketball here in St. Lucia, there's one name that for sure will be circulating over and over and over for a while now, and that is Terance Mann. Also, boy, to look up to somebody for real, literally. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. I'm good.
So far, how's your stay so far in St. Lucia?
It's been great. The sun's been out. That's been good. The beach has been good. So we've been having a good time.
So now, Before I even touch base on anything up concerning the kids and so on, we're gonna go a bit personal, right? First, your journey throughout basketball, being in the NBA for this amount of time. Tell us a bit about that journey. How has it been for you? How's the feeling?
It's been cool. A lot of ups and downs. Second round pick, just trying to make it. So it's been a long journey.
And even being here, just seeing these kids say, it probably gives us some nostalgia about your days back in the day, right?
Yeah, for sure. Back in America, in Massachusetts, we used to play outside all the time. So definitely.
What made you even want to pursue basketball?
I think my parents, they always had me in sports. They always had me playing football, basketball, baseball. So I just chose that one.
Correct me if I'm wrong, your mom used to coach basketball, right?
Yeah, she used to coach basketball too. So that always kept me in the gym.
What like has you to just remain disciplined and focused in the sport?
I think my parents, they just always instilled discipline in me growing up, and just feeding off them, seeing how hard they work, it made me even want to work harder. So yeah, that's what I think.
So you're being here along collaborating with the Basketball Federation. What is it like to behave the kids and to, teach them and speak to them and just interact with them generally? How's that going?
It's good, man. For them to be able to see me in the flesh, hear my voice has been impactful. I think. A lot of them talk about they follow me on Instagram. They always message me and stuff like that. So I think it's been good.
And to any kid who's watching there who wants to pursue basketball as a sport, what words can you give them?
I think just work as hard as you can. Stay around the game for as long as you can. Try to do something every day to get better.
Thanks a lot for being here, DBS, this morning. Now, of course, we need to touch base with Coach Carter. Now, having Terance here, Coach Carter, how has it been for the kids with you guys involved with him so far?
It's an awesome experience for the kids. You cannot even put words to it. Seeing a player who does it night in, night out against the best in the world, and sharing his experience with them, actually seeing him in the flesh and talking to him, I hope it's an inspiring moment for most of them.
What were some of the reactions from the kids themselves meeting him?
Yeah, they were quite elated, very happy. Some knew him, a lot of them knew him. A lot of them were excited to be here this afternoon to get to talk to an NBA player. Not often they get to do that, and to rack his brains a little bit about what it took to get him to that level. Yeah.
Generally now, in terms of the programs you guys are always working hard, especially for the kids and the up-and-comers in basketball, not just the established, but the up-and-comers. What are some of the programs that you guys have established so far? Maybe ones that are upcoming as well, because summer is just around the corner, right?
Yeah, quite a few programs happening. The most exciting for me is the grassroots, the mini hoops program. One of our affiliates, Net Blazers, they have an ongoing program, East Coast Academy. In the background they on there now with the grassroots program. If you look further down the court too, the older kids, the cadets, the secondary school age, they're doing their thing too. So the joy for us is a lot of basketball development happening now. So the future looks good for the game in St. Lucia.
When it comes to the discipline and the determination of the kids now in basketball generally, do we see that the seriousness is given to the sport, and that can we see now that future Terances being born?
Yeah, there are quite a few talented kids coming up. The opportunities, that's what we as a federation are trying to provide. We're working on to give them as much opportunities as possible. One of the heartening things for us as a federation is the influx of a lot of younger players in our National League this year, which is ongoing presently, So we've seen a lot of players who came from some of those development programs rubbing shoulders with the older ballers. So that augurs well for the game, and again, more opportunities. Like I said, we have there's the University of Ghana going to be here right the first week in June. So some of our younger players going to get to compete against high-level players too. So, for us, our work is cut out for us because now we need to provide the opportunities. In spite of all the development work happening, if you're just going to train, and then there's nothing to look forward to, then it makes no sense. So we now, as a federation, have to create those opportunities, provide those avenues for those kids to compete.
Of course, and I always like to incorporate or put some pressure on corporates in Lucia and other entities as well. Are there any ways that they now can render support to you?
Definitely. we need as much support as we could get, because programs like these and all over the island, it doesn't have to be directly to the Basketball Federation, but take up a basketball program in your community, the Soufrique, Canries, Vieux-Fort, Mico, wherever, and get basketball going again. We have good coaches all around, and they're willing to do the work. But again, the funding is important to make things happen. Yeah.
So to any of you federations, any of your organizations out there, that can render the help, please don't hesitate. Let's help develop the youth in sport to champion the cause in St. Lucia, right? Coach, not going to keep any more of your time. Thank you so much for being here for some DBS this morning. Any last words to the people out there?
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, GBS, once again. And like I said, there's so many of those kids counting on what we do at that level. And every decision we make up here is based on them. The focus is on them. So every decision made is athlete-centered. Is there, So we just want to make it happen. And with the support of corporate St. Lucia, like you said, we could work some magic, because as you can see, so many kids here, they could have been anywhere else, but they're on the court. So the opportunities are here, is here, now it's ripe. Support us, support basketball work in your communities, various communities, and keep looking out for St. Lucia basketball.
St. Lucia, let's champion the cause, let's get it rolling. All right, it's DBS Morning, stick around, we'll be right back. Thanks so much, Coach.
Yeah.
Welcome to your Holistic Path to Wellness with Dr. Tanya Bobran. I'm Dr. Tanya Destang Bobran, the founder of the Satya Center for Functional and Integrative Medicine. And I'm going to talk to you today about our Soul Joy Sanctuary at our center. I created as a haven, as a nurturing space for our patients who are burnt out, who just need a quiet space to relax. In there, we would have a mat that gives you pulse electromagnetic frequency, as well as red light therapy, as well as TENS. And so, but if you come in here, you will see that we have one of our clients in here. And this is actually a weighted blanket so that she feels the sense of safety. Under her is this mat that, with the pulse electromagnetic frequency and the red light, it's anti-inflammatory, it oxygenates her cells, it's relaxing, it's grounding for her and puts her into a deep state of relaxation. And that's when healing can truly begin, when you get relaxed and your nervous system is given a chance to reset. So right now we are resetting her nervous system, which is a powerful healing tool. Most of us are in the state of sympathetic overdrive. We're in fight or flight. We're going, we're stressed, we're doing so much. But now we want to offset all of that by putting her into the parasympathetic, a rest and digest, to just get her system down. And that is when healing takes place. So in here, she is on the mat, she's relaxing, there's sound therapy as well. There is some salt therapy. So the lighting is going to go very low, and we're going to close her in there and give her a space where she can truly rest and digest and process her feelings, and then get into a deep state of relaxation and start to heal her body, her mind, and her soul. So while the patient is in there, and I'm speaking softly so we don't disturb them, we give them a chance to really get into the, as I said, a deep state of relaxation. The red light therapy is healing, it's anti-inflammatory, it's oxygenating the body. The pulse electromagnetic frequency is grounding, also has some evidence of pain relief for the patient if there are any signs of pain. So we run the program for them based on what their needs are, the different programs we run on the mat. The beauty of that is that by leaving them in there alone, many times we're going all the time. This is the space where it's just them. They're actually taking time out for their self-care, for their self-love, self-awareness. Sometimes they come in, they fall asleep. Many people are overtired and burnt out. And once they get up from that, they feel so different. They have taken time out for themselves, which is something we often don't make time for. So by putting somebody in there, many times patients come and they're crying or they're very depressed or just anxious. And I said, okay, let's put you in there for a while. Let's run you through some pulse electromagnetic frequency or red light, depending on what I think their needs are. And they get a chance to truly relax. Many of us are not getting a chance to do that throughout our days. And this is what I'm trying to promote, where people take time out for themselves to relax, to reset their nervous system, to just think or not think, to just be in silence sometimes. So in here, there's also some aromatherapy, depending on what they need. So there are a number of their senses being relaxed on different levels. So the aromatherapy, we use a mixture of oils, essential oils that are all organic. So they get into even deeper states of relaxation. There's a salt lamp in there. It is said that the ions from the salt lamp are also healing and relaxing. And just some time out to make them feel special and nurtured. So I call it our Soul Joy Sanctuary. It is a space that I created because I wish that I had something like that when, as I said, when I was burnt out, or sometimes when life is just too much. You put somebody in there and they're just given a time to say, listen, I see you, I feel you, I hear you, I know you're going through something. This is a time where you will be held as your healing takes place.
DBS family, of course, all good things must come to an end, including this week. But we're not there yet. We're at the top of the peak, guys. We're coming down. Today is hump day. Tomorrow is Thursday, which means you're going to catch us right back here. Same place, same time for DBS this morning. Now, the weather is a bit bipolar. So I'm a bit bipolar as well today. So my shades are on, my shades are off. It all depends on my mood. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Enjoy. Drink some water. Be kind to everybody. And of course, you know what it is to be tomorrow, same time, same place, DBS this morning. I'm your boy Vision, signing out. Peace.